name's Pat Dodds, and I've been working here 42 years. It was built in the 1960s by the then harbour master for his wife, so she could sell dressed crab and lobster, and various other things. We bought the place it came up for sale in 1984, and my mother, I didn't stay in the town at that time, but my mother did, and she got in touch with me and told me that it was for sale and would I be interested. And yes, the answer was yes, and so we came down, negotiated and bought the place then. Didn't know what we were going to do with it. You know, we're going to run it as a cafe, but I mean, didn't know how long we were going to have it, or if it was to be a stepping stone or what. And so that's that.
William Anderson, Bill Anderson, and 43 years. My wife and I started it. I just love books, really, and in the old days when I went to auction, I used to just pick out the half dozen I wanted and leave all the rest because they were always big tables. And then I thought, this is silly, you know, I've bought these books, what am I going to do with them? And in those days there was a stall in the marketplace. That was 1976, and I used to do the stall in the marketplace on a Saturday. You know, I was teaching during the week, and my dad was in the police. He retired early, and he used to do the shop during the week, and I did it the weekends and the holidays and things, so that was it.
My name is Kirstin. I run a taxi company. I've been doing that since 2011, originally together with my boyfriend. I also run a tour guiding company and a yoga business. Tim was working actually for St. Andrews Taxis for a while as a driver, and then another taxi driver who we are still friends with offered him a car with a license, with a yellow plate. So he bought that, and then Tim, being Tim, built a website, started working, and got quite busy. So next step was I was sharing the car with him. So he was driving at some point, and then I was driving at other points. And then another taxi driver offered me a car. That must have been back in 2012. So I bought that, and it grew from there, basically. So at the moment we have 5 cars and 8 drivers, and no more Tim.
What kind of customers come to the store?
Oh, all sorts. Everybody. Students, children, parents, just anybody. Foreigners, you know, holiday makers, tourists, workmen, if they're working in the area and they're looking maybe for a good deal or things that they like to eat. And not maybe so much modern stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just yeah, everybody.
Initially there weren't the number of foreign students, basically, so you were working with English, many more Scots. I felt there were many more Scots. And then I remember the first 2 Chinese students that came in here, and their English at that time wasn't very good, and they were doing economics, and I didn't have any books on economics. I knew it was all mathematically based stuff, but obviously now they're doing philosophy and all that sort of thing, and there's all the Americans after Kate and Wills, you know. That certainly changed the profile, but we still have the same sort of people that are interested in books. Medics often read just fiction just for fun, you know.
When Tim started out back in the days, we had an influx of some Indian students, and like Indians are just very good in, you know, looking after each other. So whenever new ones came in, they were sort of going, oh, well, you need to use Starfish taxis because we are using Starfish taxis and we really like them and they look after us when we are drunk and what have you. So we had generations of Indian students, and we still do have some of them. So word of mouth is probably more important than website, more important than apps. It's just, if you deliver a good service and people think that they can rely on you, or you do something out of the ordinary. I had once a disabled student who was 5 hours delayed by plane, and by the time she got out of the airport, she was already not well anyway, and she really struggled to even walk. So we got to St. Andrews, and the admission office didn't have her keys ready, and she at that point just started crying. So I went in and tried to sort it out, and got her into her accommodation, and she was, for her entire stay here, she did a postmaster, the customer, and then recommended us to everybody else because we had taken that extra mile, I suppose. Sometimes it's just, being human, I think. I think that's what it boils down to. That's, I think, why Tim was so good at it, because Tim was really empathic and could really feel for people. And, if students were, I don't know, too drunk or in the casino, and then the mum would phone, Tim would do a little lie and go, no, but they are fine, right?
Oh, I've got loads of stories, but I probably won't be able to remember any of them. I was sitting having a cup of tea, and this gentleman was in with his son of about 9-year-old, and he was very good with his son, and the child was very, had good manners, etc. And I said to the dad, I said, you're very good with your son. And he said, oh, I had a good teacher. And I presumed it was his mum or his dad or his granny or somebody. He said, I came into this shop when I was his age, and I gave you cheek, and you gave me into trouble. I went up and told my granddad, and he said, just you get right back down and apologise to that lady, which he did. And I said, but it taught him, that he just couldn't go into places and just do what he wanted. And that, so I was quite chuffed at that.
I love the books. I love buying. I love meeting people, and it's quite good now because at one time I'd be your age and be buying books from somebody my age, but now the people I buy books from are often my age, and it's great now because old ladies older than I am carry books out for me now, so I know I've aged visibly, But no, it's meeting people and you get as much pleasure out of if somebody really wants a book, selling a book at $2.50 as you do for $200, really, It's just as much pleasure. I like students to get books at a reasonable price, and I like students because you're all young, and I'm always learning something every day. That's the other thing I learn about the job,
If you do a good job and people really love it, so whatever, you pick somebody up who comes to the first time to Scotland, you drive them the scenic route into St. Andrews, you give them a little bit of an explanation, and you usually give them a little run through the town so that they can orientate, and then you drop them off at their destination, and they're just really happy. That is how it should be. You get to know a lot of people from different walks of life, and most people are interesting. Most people are having some sort of interesting story or some sort of, empathy with something, or some interesting hobby, or whatever. And you get everything. I mean, we travel the homeless people from St. Andrews to Dundee. They come here, usually by bus, and then they beg, and then they make enough money, and then together they afford a taxi back to Dundee. And begging in St. Andrews is more profitable than begging in Dundee. They get more money. So we get everything, from the CEO who vomits to the lovely homeless people who are actually really, really sweet. I much rather have the homeless people, actually, personally.
The Harbour Trust was set up by, I think it was one of the kings, I think it was King James VI of Scotland, and to look after the harbour for the townspeople. When they were first started, were supposed to be 10, I think it was 10 people, 2 councillors, 2 fishermen, and the rest were people from St Andrews. But gradually, again, over the years, that has changed. There's no fishermen on it now, and I don't think there's any councillors on it. They're not very forthcoming to the town. They don't let you know what's going on, or for example, the cafe here, I own the building and the business, but not the ground. So therefore, they want to build a new cafe, so they want me to go. They just haven't decided when yet. They want to build a new cafe here. They have offered me first refusal, but then I'm not getting any younger.
But I'll not retire from this thing until I can no longer do it, you know. But hopefully, touch wood, it'll be a wee while yet. But I think when I started off, there were 6 second-hand bookshops in St Andrews, but the people who were running them were the same age as I am now, and once they reached their retirement age, they packed up, so we were just left last man standing, really, you know.
Has anyone ever offered?
Oh yes, but you say goodbye. What would I do? What would I do with the time, you know? Sit and read books at home, I suppose, but no, it wouldn't be the pleasure of meeting people like yourself, you know, it'd be fun.
Do you think you maintain a work-life balance in general?
Well, with Tim having died and me running 3 businesses, no. Beforehand, yes. And I also know that I need to get there again, because I can do that for a year or so, maybe. I can't do that for more than that. By that time I need to have, as I have the up running, I need to have some dispatchers, and I need to be able to switch the phone off, because I can't at the moment. So. But that is, you know, an unusual situation. I didn't expect to be in this situation. I don't think anybody expected me to be in this situation. So.
Would you like to talk about Tim?
Yeah, why not?
Could you tell us who he was?
Well, he was the love of my life.
If you don't want to say anything else, we can cut this out.
Just can't talk at the moment.
My daughter's going to take over from me, my middle daughter, and I say to her that you'll have to do more on the internet. I do nothing on the internet. I can't be bothered, to be honest. I don't really approve of it. I like people to come in, and I like to talk to people and give books that way, you know. But Laura will have to do that, and the book fairs. I used to do the book fairs when I was younger and fitter, but you know, carrying 2 boxes of books upstairs now, not for me, really. So that will change, but the books will be the same type of books. She'll just do the same stuff as I did, you know.
And even if it's just a cup of tea, I think this is what some businesses maybe don't understand. It's not the days that you're exceptionally busy and you have queues out the door that keeps you going. It's all the other days where there's only maybe 2 or 3 cups of people coming in having 2 or 3 cups of coffee, and that's, you know, what keeps you going. Everybody's welcome. We all get treated the same. Because after all, we're all the same. We're all born in the same way, and we'll all die. You know, so. I am here every day. Yes, if I'm not here, the place isn't open. Yeah.
People that like books find us, and we've been here 43 years, so we'll know them.
Probably more the customers and the drivers, which keep you, you know, because we obviously have customers which we have right from the beginning. I mean, Ray is one of them, right?
Guys, wave.
Hit the lid, man, Mama Ray.
Do you have the